Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to give a pretty significant update for our debt for week 4 of July. Now, previously, last week, I had a debt balance of $10,410.70. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you and reveal what changes we've made will be consistent with what my new debt total is going to be working forward. So I asked last time for a lot of advice and suggestions from all of you as a community to kind of give me some ideas and bounce them off me as what I could do with my debt. And I appreciate each and every one of you who chimed in and gave me some really good feedback. And I've come to the conclusion that although I can take money out of different emergency fund pots that I have, I've decided not to do so. The reasoning for that is, yes, it sounds really great to just get this debt done and clear and bye-bye. But that leaves me open for Murphy's Law to knock on my door and dominoes to fall, and for me not to have something emergency funding source-wise if I need it. And I can't sleep well at night if that's the case. So although I do have the emergency funding sources to do so and take from different envelopes that I have been saving different amounts of emergency funding into, it would just leave me tossing and turning at night and worrying if something were to happen, then how would I move forward to pay for something very large. So although I'm not going to do that, I did take another suggestion, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Instead of 4 debts now, you're only going to see 3. And I'll explain the last and 4th debt and why I removed it. And then I will let you know what our new debt total is and what our game plan is moving forward. So, just to let y'all know, I will link this debt Snowball sheet in the description down below. It is not from my Etsy shop. It is from another Etsy shop. It was very reasonably priced. It is a print on demand, which means you can print it over and over again as many times as you want, as often as you want, I should say, too, as well. So I've been asked to do that. I've been asked by a couple of people where I got this sheet. So I will make sure I provide that down below for you all in case you want it. So moving forward, our consolidation loan as of last week was sitting at $4,435. I have already made a $25 payment. I just made a $505 payment. I went ahead and decided that out of all the money I had left for my week number 4 budget, which was $515, I decided to pull $181 out of that $515 and add it to that. Now, if you just saw my grocery haul, you'll see that I was able to save $115 out of my $150 grocery budget, giving me a grand total of this week of $296 to put towards debt. Now remember, I had an additional $45 in my debt envelope. Couldn't figure out where it came from. All my numbers were checking out in my bank. All my numbers were checking out on my credit cards and my savings challenges. I don't know what I'm doing, but bottom line is I had an extra $45, so you can rest assured that went straight to the consolidation loan as well. So with that being said, after all payments are made, I am down to $4,049, y'all. Like, are we crazy serious? I locked into this consolidation loan 3 months after I had already started paying $475, y'all. And finally, the last company agreed, removed all the interest that they had on me, which was well over $3,000 in interest, and only gave an agreement to what I actually owed minus all the interest. Now remember, all 3 of these loans here, or I'm sorry, 2 of these loans, one's a consolidation loan, one's a family loan, and the third is my Verizon device payments. They're all 0% interest. So I am not throwing any interest at any of these at all, ever. So that's good because anything I pay off is paying down 100% on these items, on these debts. So with that being said, y'all, this program is not going to be a 12-month program plus the 3 months I paid into it, which was basically 15 months in total. Because I've got all the agreements, I've got all the paperwork that stated that, yes, they are locked into contract now and things are being paid off. So I am not going to be paying on this until July of 2024. I am fingers crossed and determined to have it paid off by December of this year. Let's see if I can do that. So that's down to $4,049. Our next debt, and just before we go before our next debt, just to let you remember that you should know, I am doing the snowball method. Now, that entails that all past bills that I have paid off in debt are now rolling over to number one, the consolidation loan. And what I mean by that is, since you all watched me pay off my Affirm account last month, the $300 that I was paying Affirm every single month is not going back into my monthly or weekly budget. What it's doing is I am throwing it at the consolidation loan. My consolidation loan, I pay a minimum of $475 per month. So I take that $475, I pay them, plus I pay an extra $300 because no longer am I paying Affirm, but I was already paying that towards debt. So instead of putting it back into my monthly or weekly budget, why not just continue to act like I have a debt, but just throw it at the consolidation loan? So I'm making a $775 payment every single month to my consolidation loan, on top of anything else I can squeeze out of groceries every single week. And let me tell you, my prepper pantry has been the game changer for this. So just to go back and recap on that real quick. My next is my family loan. Again, 0% interest, $100 minimum payment every single month. But I would really like to pay this off a lot faster. That's why I reordered the order that you see here. Now, these are not my original amounts. I've just redone the sheet and put in the amounts that I actually currently owe as it stands right now. So I started at the beginning of June with $15,000 in debt. Wait till you see how much I have left to pay off at the end of this video. And we're only into the end of July. Okay, y'all, so we're like 1 month into doing this. Well, going into the second month. August is around the corner. So the family loan is still sitting at $1,760. I will make another $100 payment on the 1st or the 3rd, depending on which day I decide to get that paid off. And we'll be dropping down to $1,660, but we're currently at $1,760. I can let you know that this originally started out in October of 2022 at $2,760. So we've dropped $1,000. All right. So I want to get that paid off. There's no real rush, but you know, I don't want to owe anybody anything, including any kind of family member. So with that being said, no interest, no nothing on that. And then we're going to go to our final debt here. And our final debt here is actually our Verizon. Now, a couple of things have changed on this. I've made a mistake, an error in my understanding of how much I actually owed versus what I needed to subtract from the coupon. I thought that I had a coupon for the iPad. I do not. So I'm working towards doing something on that right now. I do need to make a phone call tomorrow, either today, later today, or tomorrow. So I will update you in August of what's going on with that, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So let's talk with what we owe. We now only owe $1,098. The reason for a huge drop in this is Danya's cell phone. Now, Danya's cell phone, when I bought it for her in April of 2022 for her 13th birthday, I had a coupon that gave me the Samsung Galaxy 256 gigabyte, which is maxed out, and it's a Samsung Galaxy 22, I think it's FE. I'm not an Android user, y'all. I'm an iPhone user, so I'm an Apple user. But Danya is an Android user. The total we owe left on it is $471, but that's not the true total. Remember, I told you I had a coupon. Verizon's paying $12.50 a month. I'm paying $12.50 a month. So it's really taking off $25 per month, but I only have to pay half of that because I had a coupon promo on Verizon to do so. So I forgot to subtract half of that, knowing that Verizon's going to pay for the half. Now, if I go ahead and pay just the whole thing off, then I'm allowing Verizon to get away with it, and I'm voiding that coupon, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to pay the $471. I only owe $236. So what I'm going to do is after the consolidation loan is paid off, if I have even that much left on these phones or this particular phone, then I will wipe it out. But until then, I'm just going to pay it down and be good. So I only owe $236 out of the $471, and I rounded it up a little bit. Jessica's iPad, I do owe the $424 in full. I am only making the minimum payment of $15. There was not a coupon. I thought there was. I'm going to have Verizon go back and recheck it. I am also talking to them either later today or tomorrow because she has a cell data plan on there, but she does not have cell phone capabilities. Like, you can't call her. I could call her on Facebook Messenger and talk to her, but you can't specifically call her like you do on a phone, even though she's got a phone number attached to this. So I'm going to ask to see if they can remove the cell data plan because she only uses Wi-Fi anyways here in the house. And if I'm taking her to a doctor's appointment, she's only using the Wi-Fi there. So if I can have that removed, yes, I'm still going to pay $15 a month for her iPad until I get it paid off. And as soon as I pay off that consolidation loan, I will be hitting this really super hard and it'll be wiped out pretty much almost instantaneously because I'm still paying on these items while I'm doing the consolidation loan. So these items will still continue to drop in price as well. But y'all, if I can get rid of that cell data plan that's on there, which I should be able to, I can drop my phone bill by $20. And they can look and see that she's not using the cell data plan because it's always turned off and she's always using Wi-Fi. So fingers crossed, I will update you in the first week of August when I do my next debt update, if I was able to do that or not, or you'll see it in my budget with me on the first week of August. Y'all, I haven't had a cup of coffee. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. My chihuahuas and kids are sound asleep. So $424 is what I owe for her iPad. My phone, I owe $438. It was an upgrade, no coupon, no nothing. I do need to pay this in full. Y'all know that Philip's iPhone dropped off. I'm really, really strongly holding hard that I am not going to get him a new phone yet. I do not want to go back in the debt with Verizon. I do want to upgrade him. So it is going to cost a pretty penny. I most likely will be going back into debt with somebody. But like I told you before, there's always things like T-Mobile and things of that nature that if I can qualify for the free phone, then you know what? I just pay the bill and I get the phone for free. But you'll be in contract with them for multiple years to pay that off too. And I don't know. We're taking it one step at a time. So those are the 3 debts now that I have. Now let's talk about the 4th debt and why it fell off. My self-credit builder. $3,000 is what I owe on it. I pay a $150 amount every single month. Oh, let's go back to Verizon. I apologize. My Verizon amount that I owe every single month, and that's incorporated into my bills. When you see my Verizon bill at the beginning of every month and my budget with me, this number is actually built into my monthly bills. So it is 47, what is it? I'm trying to see if I got everybody's in here, and it's 15, yeah. So it's $47.50 a month is what I'm paying for the devices. So apologize, just all over the place this morning. All right, so my self-credit builder. Yes, I still owe $3,000. That's a huge chunk to remove off my debt. But listen up, and here's how this is working. I was in the self-credit builder program. I started it in April of 2022. I did the highest tier that you could possibly do, which is $150 a month for 12 months. I completed that, and right off the bat, as soon as I completed it, a notification popped up. Hey, how would you like to redo this, but for 2 years at $150 a month instead of 1 year? And I thought, oh, yes, please, and thank you. So I jumped back into the program immediately. Like, it wasn't even 30 seconds after I completed the last payment. And with that being said, now I'm in the program for 2 years, and I'm absolutely over the moon about it. It is raising my credit significantly. And if you haven't all heard, I'm in the 700 club now in my credit. So, woohoo. And last year in April of 2022, I was like 495 or 497 in my credit scores. That's how badly low I was at. So with that being said, I'm in the 700 club in 1 year, y'all. That's like insane amounts of leaps and bounds. So I did take off the $3,000, so that's a big chunk to take off. However, every time I make a payment, because I religiously use that card and pay it off, and use that card and pay it off. When I buy something, I make sure I have the money to, within 3 to 5 days, it hits my card, says, hey, look, yeah, gonna be owing this, and bam, I pay it again. That they have been able to give me a credit increase on my card anywhere from between $75 and $125 a month out of the $150 that I put down. The rest still stays locked down into a savings with them until the next month. And I do another $150, and then they give me another credit increase, and it just goes on and on and on. That is money that is actually being put on my card for use. So it's not like it's locked completely 100% in a savings account, so I can't touch it. It is going on my self-credit builder card for me to be able to utilize and use and pay off and use and pay off again. So since I do have access to about 85 to 90% of that money, most of the times about a week or so after I pay it, then guess what, y'all? It doesn't need to be a debt. It is a debt, but it's not a debt because I'm able to use it. And with a debt, when you pay off a debt, you're not able to use it unless it's like a credit card and things of that nature, or some other, loan type thing where you can just reborrow over and over again. But with the credit card, the self-builder credit card, you can't overdo it and things of that nature. So I'm able to use that money almost, not instantaneously, but within a week or two of constantly using the card, constantly paying it off, and I pay it off every week when I use it. So with that being said, I have dropped the self-credit builder off the debt update. But do know that I do make the $150 a month payment for that. And I'm going to continue to do it until my 2-year program is up. And Lord have mercy, cross your fingers, y'all. I would love to kind of somehow get into the 800 club when it comes to credit scores. But, credit takes time to build, and takes no time to crap your credit out, but it takes forever to build your credit. So patience, consistency, and constantly paying on time is key. Keeping your utilization under 30% on your credit cards. I keep mine at 0% because I don't carry a balance. So let's talk about our new debt total. Now, remember, last week I was at $10,410.70. I did drop that big, huge $3,000 off my debt. That was my self-credit builder that I still owe. But I'm using that card. It's an active account, and all things are, sorted. I made the change with the Verizon, knowing that I do not have a coupon that I know of for Jesse's iPad, but I'm having them recheck that because something didn't sound right. I do have to pay my device in full because it was my upgrade and there was no coupon. But Danya's, I forgot to subtract half of it because Verizon's picking up half of that. So here is my entire total now. I now owe $6,954.70. Holy hell. I started in early June with over $15,000 in debt. I'm ending July with $6,954.70. Y'all, I am blown away. The Snowball method works. It works tremendously. I am doing more than 2 payments of my consolidation loan, pretty much more than 2 payments per month. I'm not waiting 12 months to pay off the consolidation loan at $475. I am throwing that extra $300 from the Affirm account that I've paid in full and have outstanding credit with. And I am throwing that extra $300 into this consolidation loan instead of going, hey, let's throw it back into my budget and let's use more money. No, let's be smart. Let's pay this debt off. So that is where we stand right now. I appreciate each and every one of you, not only for watching my videos, subscribing, and liking my videos, but all of you that are in the comment section, because y'all, like a lot of YouTubers will tell you, I read all your comments, and I do. But what a lot of YouTubers don't do is they don't respond to you. I respond to each and every one of your comments. Like, I don't care if I end up with 1,000 comments. My butt is sitting down, and if you have the time to write something in a comment section to me, I need to take the time to respond to you. And in the future, if my channel continues to grow and I get a lot more subscribers and a lot more comments, well, then, you know what? I'm going to be doing a lot more commenting back too, because I'm not going to hire somebody to write my comments for me. I think YouTubers who do that, I find that crazy. Like if I'm writing something to you, anybody who gets hired to write comments, I don't begrudge them. You know, that's an income level source for them. That's a side gig. But I don't want somebody else writing back to me who really doesn't give a damn what I had to say. They're just doing it because that's their job, and they don't really take into consideration exactly what I said versus a YouTuber who probably may or may not take into consideration. But with that being said, I always take everything into consideration. I always appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate all the comments down below and all the feedback and things of that nature, because I really did sit down and think about this for quite some time. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for me, y'all, we are just plumb busy. If you didn't just see my giveaway, I mean, hello, that beautiful giveaway with that nice binder and all the custom things we're doing and the things we're getting ready to launch on Etsy. We're super, super excited. Check it out. Again, my Etsy shop will be open by August 3rd. I may open it a little bit early, maybe a couple days early, but we are working on scratchers right now. We're working on full-size scratchers. We're working on restaurant scratchers. We are working on grocery scratchers. We're just working on custom scratchers, period. And hopefully in the future, I plan to do some mason jars and things of that nature. Y'all, we just want to open our Etsy shop up to a lot more products, and I'm just super duper stoked. So anyways, that's what we have for you today. We will definitely catch you in the next Budget With Me video. Again, also remember that I do have the homeschooling curriculum coming up, because we do homeschooling on a budget, but budget doesn't mean that my kids lack anything. In fact, I think if the school district saw the way I do curriculum, I think they would probably hire me to write theirs, because my school district sucks. They don't teach the kids the way they're supposed to teach them. My kids don't even have books when they're at school. Here at my house, we have books, and we do a lot of hands-on, a lot of different things. But that will be a very packed video for you as well. For those of you who are not homeschooling parents, you don't have to watch it, but you know what? Get some ideas from it, because what they're teaching at school now is not appropriate. It's not proper. They're not teaching the proper things, and I've known this because I know a lot of parents in a lot of different states, and they're pretty upset with it too. So I will go over in depth that curriculum for all of you. I also have my Amazon items to show you that I got from the Amazon Prime Day. So that's been paid in full too, by the way. I did pay that off with my last July budget. So anyways, with that being said, we will definitely catch you in some future videos this week. We are just action-packed and full of things to do. So I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.